Testing. Are we back?
Oh, we're back.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh, nice. Okay. We are back. Wait, why can't I hear me?
I can hear you.
You gotta turn your speakers on.
Test. Now I can't hear. My earphones are in.
Well, I don't know.
Turn your speaker off.
I think they are off.
How long have we been doing this?
We haven't done it in person in a while.
That's true. Actually, things sound okay through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to Some Nobodies live troubleshooting.
Yeah, crazy. It's been a long time since we've been together.
Yeah.
That we don't really know how to work the systems anymore.
If you're wondering why we keep looking over the screens, because we are looking each other in the eye physically.
Yeah, and I keep hearing ourselves talk, and I don't know where it's coming from. But anyway, okay. So this is Twitching UpStream, and this is an offshoot of our normal show, Talking UpStream. That is baffling.
We're not getting an echo through this. Test? I'm not getting an echo through the earphones. I think we're fine.
Let me see the earphone plug. Just the plug. Just the plug. Yeah.
Plug?
Yeah.
This?
I'm gonna plug it into mine. See if I can not have that sound.
Nobody's watching. So.
I know. What I saw about who cares.
Testing.
Okay, great.
I hear me.
Yeah, I don't hear anything anymore. So this is good for me. Okay, anyway. So this is Twitching UpStream. This is our normal show. What we do on Tuesdays, and it's a live version of what we do on Sundays.
Yeah,
sometimes live. And that show, we talk to creators. We talk to people that have written movies, directed movies, podcasters, storyboarders,
People that make fake food.
I was going to say fake food. Right. Good one. That's cool. Shout out to Jess Paul. Either way, we chat with them, and then we pitch them an idea, and then we kind of get their creative process on how they do what we're trying to do. And what we decided to do was after 2 episodes of that, we had so much content that we didn't want to keep making up more stuff without working on the things that we wanted to work on, because these are cool stories we've already made up. So we wanted to make a show where we fine-tune some of the cool ideas that we had, and then show you guys how we take a very weird idea that you can just chat about with your friends, and then put it down to something that is producible and makeable. So we created a show, Twitching UpStream, because instead of having a guest every single week, we wanted you to be the guest. We wanted you to help us make stories cooler, get your idea and your creative process on things. Dylan uses a couple different methods. He has one called Saving the Cat. He has a couple more. I have zero, and that's why he's here, because he helps make
the only reason.
That's one of the only reasons. That's true. But before we get going, always I have some nerd news. I consume a lot of content, a lot of trivia, a lot of media, and I like to text Dylan a whole lot, and he usually does not respond to me because why would he? There's really nothing to say. Yeah, he's also busy. He's doing something, usually writing. But I always have some weird nerd news that I want to chat about. So if anything strikes you, please chat. Things we're going to talk about, usually Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff, DC stuff, random nerd stuff. So we always kind of start with the Marvel just because they have the most content. They keep pushing stuff out. Now, recently, Venom 2, There Will Be Carnage.
Yes,
it just came out. Did you see it?
I have not seen it.
I have seen it.
What do you think?
I think it is fast. It is a quick movie. It's like 90 minutes. It is rushed and rushed and rushed.
I heard Andy Serkis wanted it to be 90 minutes, so you don't have time to stop.
Yeah. The weird thing is, if you think about Star Wars, not sorry. You think about Spider-Man, especially in the 90s, you think about Carnage. It was like almost a decade long of terror. You know, he was in video games, he was in comics, he was making, you know, there were pop culture references to Carnage everywhere. People always wanted to see Carnage. Then you get like one movie where it's Carnage, and you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but there pretty much will not be another Carnage. That's it. But I did want to talk to you about the post-credit scene. I don't know if you.
I've looked it up and spoiled it for myself.
Okay, yeah. Now this is not movie spoilers, but post-credit scene spoilers would suggest that Venom is now in the MCU. Tom Hardy's Venom is in the MCU, and I wanted to chat with you about how you think that's possible. Now, when the scene goes that they're in a hotel room and Venom is talking to Tom Hardy about the fact that the symbiotes have lived long, forever through universes.
Okay.
And he's like, let me just show you a little bit of what I know. Screen ripples almost like into the Spider-Verse. Hotel room changes completely. Eddie Brock's bag changes. Everything about the hotel room changes. And on screen is J. Jonah Jameson from Raimi's Spider-Verse, but also technically now then more than MCU because he has.
It's the new version. Yeah. Okay.
And he is telling everyone that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Now, Venom looks at the screen, sees Tom Holland's Spider-Man, licks the screen and goes, that guy. And then it cuts out. Now, that would put them in the same universe. Now, I'm curious if you think that means that somehow the Topher Grace symbiote and Tom Hardy's symbiote are the same.
I haven't seen the movie.
That's irrelevant to the movie.
Right. It sounds to me the way you described it that Venom is the catalyst for showing Eddie Brock the Spider-Man.
Well, that's what the viewer was supposed to think, but I think that it has something to do with like either the WandaVision.
The multiverse.
I think it's the Spider-Man thing. I think it's once Doctor Strange does his thing, that's at the exact same time. And I think we were supposed to initially think this was what Venom could do. But no, it's not.
Right. Okay.
I think that Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock got zapped into the MCU.
Right. That's why I took it as when I read it.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what I expected. I thought Tom Holland's Spider-Man would be brought into the Sonyverse.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I don't know.
Why would that Venom know Spider-Man?
It sounds, when it's like we've lived across universes, sounds like a cop-out to me. Yeah. I mean, it might be better in the movie, but it sounds like a justification for the Sony version to be brought into the MCU, as opposed to MCU activating and like bringing the multiverse together.
Yeah, because when you obviously see the trailers for the new Spider movie, you see Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. You hear Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. There's rumors that obviously Tobey Maguire and Garfield are in the movie, and if Maguire's Spider-Man has dealt with a symbiote, would that be? That's how they're linking it. You think?
I suppose
that's crazy. So are they doing this just to get Venom into the MCU to get rid of Tom Holland?
I get rid of as in Venom beats Spider-Man.
I don't know, but I think that the MCU will no longer have Spider-Man. Yeah. And I feel that Venom's going to slowly turn into like Lethal Protector Venom or Agent Venom,
right?
You know, and possibly join Val and all that junk. Or do you think they're going to use him to hop into the newest Sinister Six, which could be a couple of the people that we talked about, plus Mysterio, who's dead. I don't know. I was just curious. If you haven't seen it, although that scene
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's. I would have bet that it would be the opposite. Tom Holland gets brought into Sony Spider-Man movies so that they can,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Morbius coming out too.
It doesn't feel like Tom Hardy's Venom totally fits the MCU.
Although Tom Hardy's Venom does feel like it should have been Sam Raimi's Venom. Like those movies feel like that universe somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Whatever. Let's get past that. Now, the other Marvel thing, obviously, What If is a big deal.
Yes.
The season finale of season 1 is tomorrow, this Wednesday. Are you caught up with the 8
episodes? Is it not done? It's 9 episodes?
One more episode.
Oh, okay. I watched the 8th episode and assumed it ended season 1 on a cliffhanger.
No, there's one more episode, and I think this is the big team up.
Yeah.
The poster shows Gamora in a Thanos uniform.
Okay.
And then the team up would be, Party for Agent Carter. So what do you think? What do you think is a way you can get rid of? What do they call them? Infinite Ultron?
Sure.
Ultravision.
That's cool. That's not bad.
Do you have any ideas of what they're doing? And is there any way this is going to tie into the MCU?
It's going to tie into the MCU because Disney doesn't know how not to do that.
Yeah.
And I suspect it's going to have to do with, I really hope, Shumagorath, the many-angled ones.
Yeah.
Because we saw multiple times early on, they've given it enough time to rest where they can reincorporate it and have viewers be like, oh, that's from the other thing.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's probably not going to be a straight-up defeat of the bad guy. It's going to be they are from an external dimension, so they're not affected by the Infinity Gems, which I thought was going to happen with the Watcher. Apparently not.
Yeah.
But I think Shumagorath and the other many-angled ones are going to be external. And the Infinity Gems aren't going to do anything, and it's going to take Ultravision, and we're going to do sealed away until we can conveniently bring him back.
Yeah. Cool.
That's probably what's going to happen. I'm generally wrong. I say this all the time. I'm generally wrong with my predictions.
Yeah. True. I actually say that a lot too. I'm like, I'm generally wrong.
Good. I don't want
do you think there's any way that the evil Strange that we saw is the same Strange in the next Spider-Man movie?
Like he takes his place or something?
Yeah.
That feels dumb. Only because it feels like a plot. Feels like a plot element that would. This might be me getting personal on it. I don't like having the movies rely on Disney Plus to make sense.
Yeah,
I understand that it's probably inevitably will probably happen because eventually this machine is going to be self-sustaining.
Yeah,
but
they did say eventually you're going to have to watch the shows to get the movies.
Which that will probably be when I stop paying so much attention to the movies.
Well, you watch the shows though.
I do mostly. I have. Right. I don't know why I'm hedging my bets on that. It's because I was unimpressed so far with all 8 episodes. What if?
All 8?
I liked the Strange one because they went full dark.
Yeah, very dark.
I liked,
which is weird. They made her death a certain point
because it doesn't happen
in the movies. Why would that be an absolute point?
Because the long ancient one is wrong.
Yeah, that's fair. Now bringing up the idea of the certain point of the whatever it's called. Now, do you think that Tony's death has to be a certainty?
Yeah, probably.
Since he died 4 or 5 times?
Yeah.
Whatever so far.
Yeah.
So maybe he has to always die.
Sure.
Okay. All right, let's get past that. Now I was going to talk about Star Wars because that new Lego thing just came out and it's called Terrifying Tales.
Sure.
The thing is that I put it on today to watch it and it is absolute garbage, so I'm not going to talk about it.
All right.
What is the next bit of Star Wars you want to see though?
I need to finish Visions.
You haven't finished it?
I haven't had time really to get back into it. I want to really sit down and watch them.
Yeah, it's great.
I've watched the first half. I'm 100% on board. I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
I'm having a way better time with Star Wars What If than Marvel What If.
Fair.
Which is what Visions kind of is.
Yeah.
With more artistic integrity.
It's like What If Strangers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like Visions. I would really like Star Wars Visions to be a regular thing where every year or so they're like, here's 5 short animations from different people.
Yeah.
Outside of standard canon.
Yeah,
or in it.
You can watch all 9. You don't.
I know. I'm saying to make it a more reasonable.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty new number they're kind of sticking with.
Disney seems to be. Oh, HBO did it too.
Yeah.
With Lovecraft Country. Was that 9 episodes?
I think it was 9.
And Watchmen.
Yeah. I like the 9. I think 9
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get past that. All right, DC. Now, obviously, the Suicide Squad is the most recent movie to come out from DC, and there's some kind of stir as to what they're doing with the future of this. Now, recently there is a secret DC project that James Gunn's working on. He won't reveal what it is. There's a lot of fan theories out there, but knowing the DC properties and knowing what you think would be big, what would you like to see James Gunn work on the next DC property?
It's been a long time since I've thought about any DC characters that aren't in the DCEU right now.
Yeah.
Who is the detective without a face? The face.
The Question.
Yes, I'd like to see Question and Dr. Fate do something. I don't know why that team up. I like both of their aesthetics.
They're great.
I think Dr. Fate teleported in the Flash with a big onk behind him.
Yeah.
He's got the big helmet and the Question faceless detective. I think it's a cool look. And DC seems right now, and I hope they continue this, more willing to do weird stuff, truly weird stuff. Because we had weird stuff in Suicide Squad relative to what the MCU is doing.
Yeah.
And I want them to continue doing like non-standard superhero stuff. We didn't get a Skybeam. We didn't get. I mean, we got destruction, but it was not like high-rise citywide destruction.
Yeah.
We got characters who were legitimately bad people.
Yep.
And we got amoral characters. And I want DC to keep doing that. I want something different from Marvel.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one thing that James Gunn does very well is team up work. The one thing that I would like to see him do in the DC is a team up of substantial characters. So I think what I would like to see is I would like to see maybe Gotham City's Sirens, like a female team up, where it's Batgirl bringing that into the DCU, getting a solid Poison Ivy, getting some really strong female characters as a team up that makes sense in an alternate style universe. Which I guess leads me to the next kind of question I want to talk to you about the DCU before we get out of that. Poison Ivy is most likely going to be the next big female villain in the DC because she's one of the most popular characters in the Harley Quinn show. It's pretty much Harley's partner again. Or is she with Kite Man?
I think she's partners with Harley.
I don't know if she might end up with Kite Man. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Whatever. Either way, but there is that romance going on. In some iterations, Harley is with Poison Ivy. Do you have an actor that you would like to see portray Poison Ivy?
Rachel McAdams?
Not bad. Do you think she's too much of a face to be that?
I don't know. She's not. She doesn't have any sort of like commitment to Marvel. Her character is nothing. Her character is her character's an anchor for Doctor Strange. Like that's it. Like she's
they really should have used her.
She's a narrative tool. And I like Rachel McAdams quite a lot. Who else? Man.
I would like to see the character or the actor who is Anna Taylor-Joy.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Queen's Gambit? Is that
what? Yeah, Queen's Gambit.
Yeah. I see her as
she's in New Mutants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
she'd be good.
Yeah. But I think that probably the best casting is the voice actor for Poison Ivy in the Harley show.
I haven't seen Lake
Bell.
Oh, I know. Lake Bell. Yeah,
Lake Bell does the voice acting for Poison Ivy in the Harley Quinn series.
She's very good at looking stern.
Yeah.
And
then also is the current voice actor for Black Widow in the MCU.
Yes.
Or in the What If series.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
Scarlett Johansson is probably no longer interested in working with Disney in any capacity.
Yeah, true. So I guess the one thing that the next thing I want to talk about, like a little bit of like nerd stuff. In Florida, in Everglades, right, there's a lot of different species that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, it's one bird species called the white ibis. IBIS. I don't really know how to say that, but that's how I'm going to say it. Ibis, right?
Sure.
Now, it is usually an Everglades style creature. It is a large bird. Wingspan is upwards of 38 to 40 inches, which is kind of a significant size. Now, this bird is a very fun-loving bird, and it's pretty gregarious. And apparently, this bird is now moving out of the Everglades into the suburbs because people are feeding this bird more often. It doesn't really care about humans, since humans are being rude to it. Now, with this bird obviously being will come more gators. How do you feel about crazy bird species moving into the suburbs, possibly bringing gators with?
I have had actual sincere nightmares about being attacked by alligators.
Really?
One specific, I was in a restaurant overlooking like a situation, and they started crawling up the walls. Dead serious. I love them as animals. Terrifying, and wish they were using more monsters and stuff.
Yeah, gators are crazy.
It's Florida, man. I 100% support it.
Yeah. It's weird to think about. Like, this animal is one of the most ancient species on our planet. It dates back to 60 million years ago, and
it's a dinosaur.
They're just now moving into trailer parks. I think it's super cool. Usually I kind of talk about some kind of nerd news. There's really no nerd movie stuff coming out. Dune is coming out pretty soon, which is super excited. We still have a couple weeks on that. Did you happen to see a trailer for the movie Moonfall?
No.
So the weird thing about this movie is, I don't know if you know this, but the moon is constantly leaving the Earth's orbit, by half an inch to a full inch every single year or something like that. The moon slowly drifts away. Now, this movie, I think, proposes the moon falls onto us, and then you get a lot of devastation. Now they're probably going to turn this into a rock style mega event. But what would you think is the most catastrophic thing that happened? The moon came into the Earth's orbit or atmosphere.
I mean, an impact like that would just completely destroy everything on the planet.
Prior to
that. Social unrest, because you can see it happening. Let's see. Mere weeks is the time frame. So every night you're watching the moon get bigger.
Mere weeks is inches? Is an inch?
In the movie.
A
mysterious force knocks the moon from its orbit around Earth, sends it hurtling on a collision course with life as we know it. Mere weeks before impact. You would be able to look out during the day and watch the moon get bigger.
Now, knowing the moon affects the tide, right? Which means that the gravity of the moon pulls a little bit of the ocean, a little bit of the water. If the moon's closer, would that gravity pull more stuff away from the Earth?
I don't think the moon has enough gravity to completely overwhelm the Earth's gravitational field. But tides would get out of the way. We're going to see some scenes of destruction.
Would it pull water into the atmosphere?
That's some Independence Day 2 stuff.
There's got to be some kind of gravity on that planet.
But I think
Earth.
Okay. I don't know, man.
All right, let's get into what we do here. Okay, so what we do is we take one of our projects that we've already worked on, already created, and then we kind of fine-tune it. Over the past 4 weeks, we've kind of set up a bunch of random
scattered.
Last week, we had our friend Colby on, who brought a really cool idea about Chris Farley being the Bernie in a weekend of Bernie situation. So if you haven't heard or seen that, check that out. Before that, I threw up some weird thing about a briefcase, which we're going to work on after we get done the show. We're trying to film them pretty soon. But the one thing we're working on for that is what we call force limits. So I'm going to let Dylan describe what this story is, and we're going to be doing the rest of the show.
So let me throw up the development document on the screen here. So Force Limit was, I believe, episode 4, Twitching UpStream. The idea brought forth, Zack had texted me about a society where, in order to make robots be more sympathetic, we gave everybody gave them a 9-to-5 workday, gave them separate society. They had their own little mini societies. And the initial plot idea was a man stumbles into a robot diner and dies, and the robots have to figure out kind of like what is going on with that. We came up with this kind of like it's a little bit iRobot, it's a little bit The Amazing Journey. It's a little bit Homeward Bound. Set in kind of Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd. Mega City 1 from Judge Dredd. Wasteland outside. Wasteland outside. And we had envisioned this initially as a graphic novel. 5 series. issues.
And Zach, you're a little bit more
versed on comic structure than I am.
But we figured out five initial books. And just kind of like how the initial plot points laid out. And we had figured out characters. Characters were it's set in 20XT6. You have gigs. They are a hummingbird-style drone. It's because of data uplink. It is a social media. Data courier. You have Philos, a house droid with a little emotion screen on it, and it can speak. So it's the only one of these robots that actually has a human voice. An audio voice. Model KRL-94. Carl. It is a pillar on treads. Segments. Each one has a multi-tool on it. So it's like a mechanical, specialized kind of
Swiss Army bot.
Swiss Army bot. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Swiss Army bot.
Yeah. Jukebot. It's a friendly jukebox. It communicates as Bumblebee from the Transformers movies through song lyrics. It communicates as Bumblebee from the Transformers movies through song lyrics. For the diner. It's a bodega bot for the diner. And the initial kind of corpse in the diner corpse in the activator code. Diner has an activator code his hand, like scribbled onto his hand. When a robot sees it, unbeknownst to the audience, it forces that robot to investigate this. So without knowing it, these robots have been incepted.
Right, sounds like a QR code. When they look at it, it just kind of like a QR code. Sets something in motion.
And then eventually they meet the cat, which is uplifted as a concept in sci-fi. Means if you take an animal, you grant a semi-human intelligence. This cat was like a sewer sweeper. Hunting down rodents. And it's kind of the it's a human element. It's a human element, so to speak. Yeah. We've got Gretza, Ulama, Van Fleet. This is the dead person. They were ranking developer for the compliance division. They found out that these robots have power cores that are highly radioactive. Tried to leak it. Megacorp came after them. She scrawled the code on her hand and was like, all right, robots are going to liberate themselves with this code. Started the whole thing. And then we have Delphi? I think Delphi.
Delphi, yeah.
Delphi driver, Sister Oracle, the influencer. There's news handled through independent influencers. Is handled through contract themselves independent influencers, kind of like contract themselves out. It's like a gig economy. Everything is a gig-based thing in this world. She is the source or the leaker that the robots eventually go to. Turns out she doesn't like robots, and she's like, "Hey." Turns out she doesn't like robots, and she's like, "Hey, y'all should get rid of robots." Peace. And the robots like, wait, no. And the robots like, wait, no, that's not what we want at all.
They're probably cool. Peace. They're probably cool. But that's not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, peace is cool. Peace is cool. Peace is fun. Peace is fun. But killing your robots due to their manufacturers mistakes is not cool.
Not that cool, right?
Mistakes. And so we figured out book one. And we kind of done a combination of the beat sheet from the Screenwriter's Handbook, written by Jeffrey Calhoun, which goes into how you split your story into 3 acts, 3 beats each. Oh, I dropped out. Am I still on video on yours?
No.
Am I moving?
You're not.
I lost internet connection.
But can you hear me? Anyway, yeah, so we got these beats. We got a couple acts down here in the beat sheets. Dylan will be back very, very soon, I suspect. But yeah, so we've already got down Act 1, which we think is going to be roughly. There we go. I think it's slowly coming back. It's going to be like 25 pages. We have 10 planning incidents. Which obviously is going to be set in the story in motion and draws the characters. Which obviously is going to be set in the story in motion. So where are we at right now with? So
we finished book 1.
Which was a woman stumbles into the diner. We learn who Megacorp is based on just kind of like standard exposition. Robots leave the comfort zone to find the corpse because the corpse got dragged away by the street sweeper robots. They bond with the uplifted cat when they reach the compost bin. Or the heat. And we end with a body retrieval and the surgical revelation that there's a kind of stick kind of like embedded in her forearm. She has like a prosthetic compartment in her arm in which there's a hidden data stick. And then get it out. Cool. And then the idea we ended on
them going to a surgery robot to extract.
Yeah,
that's where they find out.
Yeah. And then book 2. I don't know if we want to dig down deeper into it. I don't think we had gotten into the actual plot.
So you said you wanted to have 10 things per book, right?
No. So this, what you can see on the screen here, I have taken the beat sheet as outlined, kind of in Save the Cat, kind of in the Screenwriter's Guide, and included all of the plots and kind of where in the page count of a 90-page script they're recommended to be. This is script based. This is not based on a graphic novel.
Oh, okay,
but
cool.
this is to show kind of the rough point in the plot where we should try and hit these beats.
Okay.
So by page 10 in a script, your inciting incident should go. I've started writing. I've started writing. If anybody remembers the episode we did with
Gregory.
No, I'm embarrassed now.
Oh no!
Behind the Beds. It's
Scott Curtis.
Oh, friend of the show, Scott Curtis.
Yeah.
The episode we did with Scott Curtis where we talked about Deadbeat, the demon-possessed cop. I've started writing out that screenplay a little bit.
Oh,
I
right.
haven't told you.
That was a cool idea.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one. And on page, I believe 12, maybe 8. I think it's either 12 or 8. Our main character gets possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
We wanted to hit around page 10.
Now that's if you're doing like a 90-ish minute.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say that if to do a graphic novel, we were trying to get down to like almost sitcom timing, right? Which is about 15 to 22 minutes.
Okay.
Where do you have any suggestions as to how beats should happen in a tighter time frame?
So there is so Star Trek is really interesting for using I think it's a 5-act structure in every episode. And let me look this up just to make sure I'm not misquoting things. But you generally have a teaser. You have things go wrong. You have about what is it? It's like things go wrong. You have your first revelation. You have your worst moment. You have a moment where they attempt to get out of it and don't, and then you have the moment where they get out of it and have their kind of like return to normal at the end.
Okay.
So it's
like 6 points, like
about 5 or so.
Yeah.
6 if you include like a teaser cold open.
Sure. Okay. All right. So because usually comic books are like the 15-page mark, but obviously they can show different durations. And I think that one panel is roughly 1 page of script work. You know, because if you want to do writing out storyboarding wise, that's kind of when we would get it done. So now at the end of book 1, we're going to leave with them at the surgery bot.
They have just succeeded in the like set piece of the issue, which is retrieving the body from the compost heap. And in order to keep reading, you end on the cliffhanger of there's something. Not only was this woman mysteriously dead, but she has something. Data stick in her body. And
cool. Now, what do you think, knowing almost the totality of the story, where do you think we should try to get inside of book 2?
So book 2, what we had initially planned was they have to break into some sort of facility where they can decrypt the data on the data stick, whether it's a manufacturer or they know some robot in the Megacorp headquarters that knows how to decrypt stuff, or is a jailbreaker or something like that. They attempt to recover the data, and then the final revelation at the end of that episode is that their schematics reveal that their new reactors are highly and fatally radioactive to human beings. And that Megacorp is covering it up.
Cool. So we're gonna open up book 2. Where are we gonna start with this? What do you see?
So you're a little more versed in comic books than I am. So what we probably want to do is a brief. I don't know if we want to do a brief recap of what happened, but we would start with the characters kind of debating what now, because we found out a shocking piece of information. But we don't know what that information is. We know there is something to know. We don't know what it is.
Yeah. What do you think that what now is?
That what now is them attempting to probably try and get the data decrypted initially. They probably know someone already.
Yeah.
One of them, probably the multi-tool, sends over a bunch of binary, and it's like, I know a guy, or he knows a guy. and then they go to see them. That robot is like, I can't help with this necessarily because it is really, really secure. This is tech that I am not programmed to be able to interface with.
Yeah. Now, they have the data stick, or they're carrying like this arm.
I think we said they were carrying the arm because the arm comes into play later because it has the QR code on the hand.
Yeah. So they're kind of like a group of robots carrying an arm around that has a data stick in it. They got to get this data stick decrypted. Right? So they go to... Now, what kind of... I guess this is going to be a human, right?
Yeah.
I think it makes sense for robots like have to get help from a human.
Oh, okay, yes.
Right.
The data cracker.
Yeah. And he's probably not a good person.
Yeah.
Because it's sleazy. You think data crackers are like drug dealers in the future?
I like it. Yeah. We'll find out a quirky name for him because I really like the idea of like, how do you know this guy? I come to see him every 2 weeks. You come here on payday. You come to the data guy on payday. What does he upload to you? What does he do for you? Like, I like the idea of them kind of like treating it like a vice.
Yeah, and this guy needs to. I like the idea of maybe this person, the data breaker / drug dealer. I like him to love information, right? So he maybe has 2 different Bluetooths in, listening to people's conversations.
Heavily modified.
Yeah, I also like the idea of maybe like some kind of like a headset that spins with different like TV screens on it.
Yeah.
You know, so you can like
cool. Yeah.
You know, there's like a bunch of just little screens, and he's like just checking out everyone in like the apartment complex that he's in.
I'm imagining Mr. World from Serenity. Do you remember?
Cool, I like that. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Cool. So the robots now go to him, and there's a little bit of a quirky, funny conversation there. And when they get to him, he'll do it, and he can do it, but it's going to cost them.
They need to do something for him.
Yeah.
And I think maybe
at first he wants one of the robots.
Okay. Yeah.
He wants him out of that.
He wants the hummingbird robot.
He wants the hummingbird. Yeah. And because it's like old school or something.
It's something.
Now, obviously, the Robo Squad, they gotta figure it out. They can't give up the hummingbird. So what do they do instead? What's the deal they make?
They need to do a favor for them.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it being relatively mundane that robots are not particularly known for being good at. I like the idea of them having to kind of set him up with a cute girl across the hall or a cute person across the hall. He's like, listen, all this data in the world at my fingertips, and I still haven't mastered human interaction. Maybe I need to be one step removed. I need you to woo so down the hall. Because the first issue is attempting to steal a corpse from a compost heap. It's a little dark. They're fighting off the Centaur cops, the Robo Centaur cops. Second issue, you get a little wacky, maybe.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I mean,
I like it being mundane.
I love that. I like it being something that he can do, just refuses to do because he doesn't like personal interaction. My first thought before we started speaking was either cooking him a meal or getting him food. That was my first thought. Like, he's just consuming what he can maybe like produce. You can like probably print food.
Yeah.
But it's not good for him because it's mostly plastic and styrofoam.
I do like the idea of a bunch of robots going to like a farmer's market.
Yeah.
And the house droid like knows what humans eat and knows like the recipes and stuff, but doesn't have them like the hands to do it. So you get this multi-pillar, like using a screwdriver to like tenderize like a steak or something.
Maybe what they found out through the hummingbird, the desire for the hummingbird was that he's super into nostalgia. He has not had a home-cooked meal since his mom passed, and somehow the robots figured that out. And I don't know if that's funny enough. And I don't know if that's like the idea of like what's going shopping.
Yeah.
Robots studying how to cook one dish.
I like that.
I like that, and I think that's a little more in line with how this character's made. I don't think he necessarily
contact, but he might like food.
Yeah.
And if he's in his apartment all the time, he's probably just delivery or whatever protein sticks he's gonna have.
Right. And depending on what's going on, maybe the people won't deliver to his place anymore because it's like bad area. That was my initial.
Yeah. And then he's like, we don't have money to pay you, and he's like, listen. Cook me something. You're a house droid, right? You know recipes. I don't have appendages because it's a trash can on legs.
Yeah. And maybe the robots even invite that person on the hall, and the guy like doesn't want that. He's like, "What are you doing? I don't want human interaction." It's like, "Oh, we decided to have a party for you."
Sure.
You're watching this? But
after they get the code. Yeah. So most of book 2 then is them getting him to decode it.
Yeah,
that's fine by me.
It's almost like a fetch quest.
Yeah. And it will swerve at the end into something a lot darker because we have the robot purge in the 4th or 5th issue.
Yeah.
Now, what is the cliffhanger we're going to leave on this? Now, we're going to have the group of people who live in the apartment thinking they're coming to a party with a very good home-cooked, most likely chicken and dumplings. Who knows? Maybe that pot pie.
Actual chicken. You got real chicken at the farmer's market?
Yeah, the Hummingbird went and got it.
Yeah, and it's like a chicken pot pie because it's like vegetables. It's cooking slowly, and it's like baking with pastry. So that'd be like a nice dish that no one's had in a while. And they made enough for everyone in the building. They invited everyone in the building. Robots let the people in, and they made enough for everyone in the building. Completely torn this apart and taken all the stuff.
After they get the code, the neighbors freak out about his surveillance.
Once they get the code, that's when the party starts. Surprise party because they feel bad for the code character. They want him to have a family.
Humans appreciate interaction. We should have it. We should invite
even robots need families.
Even humans need families.
And they're like huddle up.
Even humans need families.
Okay, so now we're gonna end this with what's the cliffhanger?
Okay, so
the cliffhanger is that they get data off.
The cliffhanger is that they get data off the stick, and they learn that their own
their
power sources, their
cores or whatever,
atomic cores or whatever, are highly radioactive. And
after a certain amount of time, it's very
uncomfortable. Breaking this code alert anyone?
I think so.
Because that would set a good clock.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
So the code
being broken unlocks something, gives them knowledge, but also alerts
Megacorp authorities.
Sure. There was another. You know what I mean?
You
know what I mean? Like
when this is open with
unauthorized access, it pings the main.
So what does it unlock? I feel like it should unlock something pretty big, whether it's a lot of information or something.
It is
damning information about what Megacorp is doing.
Okay.
It is chat logs. It is video files. It is schematics. It is
obviously now the robots have taken this information so fast, right? Because they're robots. What do they think they should do with this?
They need to release it to someone who has a lot of media.
Okay. Now, so the cliffhanger for 2 is they have the code broken. It gives them just, I guess, terabytes of information about Megacorp, and also alerts Megacorp that their accounts are open.
It pings their. It's like in addition to, I don't know. We don't have to explain this in the actual text, but there was like, sir, one of our I don't know what to call it. Like a trap. One of our trap doors was sprung. One of our trap doors opened up. It's regarding the leaks concerning the Mark 17 A6, iteration. Atomic cores, and it's like activate the force, or activate security across the city or something like that.
Okay, now I'm cool with that. I like that. So I think we're in book 3 now. I don't know what the cliffhanger should be yet
For book 2.
For 2, like would it be we see Megacorp the first time?
I think it's
them getting pinged.
I think it's the fact that these these robots kill humans around them just by their very presence. And they look and it's like, which cores is it? It's like mass-produced, all current, like, you know,
Our robots are killing people?
unintentionally.
Yes, these robots have the atomic cores in them.
Oh, so the radiation's putting off.
These robots have the atomic
radiation.
The cliffhanger and the tonal shift.
Cliffhanger and the tonal shift is the
kind of cutesy. Like we went shopping.
We went shopping.
Party didn't
we made
go so
food.
well, but we did
Party
what we
didn't go
want.
so well, but we did what we wanted. It's like, oh,
everybody who
interacts with us is going to die in 30 years in a really, really bad way.
Oh, so maybe sooner. So is that why all the robots are like alone? Is because certain robots, once they found out that like put off radiation, they kind of just get pushed into an area to do subservient work?
That could be the actual reason, and then the public reason was we want to be nice to them.
Yeah, that's cool. We should keep that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the cliffhanger of 2 is going to be Megacorp finding out that their secret is known to something. Okay, so book 3 is going to start with like so the robots need to know what to do with the information, and but they also know that they are doing harm to humans.
Yeah.
So what do we have for book 3 as far as?
So book 3,
the robots wanted to find out what they do with the information, which they kind of, they know at the end of 2 that they need to get this out there somehow.
Yeah.
They need to make this public so that robots can, in their mind, the humans will want to upgrade us so we don't hurt them.
Cool.
And we'll all get new cores, and they might be more efficient because who knows how outdated my internals are. They try and just kind of tell robots about it, and it doesn't do much of anything because they're like, or maybe there's some sort of knowledge block on most robots where it's like they can't acknowledge that this particular piece of data, it just doesn't get integrated into their thoughts.
Okay.
Like they stay and it's like, what is it? It's like the Black Mirror episode of the guy says something and just goes, "Did you know your core is highly radioactive?" There, from their point of view, it's just
that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So they try to just like go out and spread the word themselves.
So they all have the knowledge, but they can't communicate with each other about it.
Yes, but these robots got unlocked by the QR code.
Okay, cool. I like that.
So
they don't want to talk to humans at first. They want to talk to robots because they don't want to hurt more humans, and other robots cannot understand them whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And then let's see. Other robots just perceive it as static noise. They get unlocked by the hands QR code. So what we plan for book 3 is that most of it is finding out kind of what to do about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then they reveal it to effectively an Instagram influencer.
Okay, so what I'm seeing now, I guess, is I'm seeing the robots trying to talk to different other robots that do not hear them.
Yeah.
And at some point, something has to happen where another robot catches the code.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that lets... Because I see like probably two or three things, like circumstances where the robot's like, who are we talking about? And it's like, wait, what? Get out of here. And then one person, maybe just like, maybe one of the robots like, I give up. This is not gonna work.
Yeah.
And they just throw the hand at somebody, and the hand just happens to like QR code slow motion.
During this book, they can start getting chased by the RoboCops, by the Centauri policemen, and so they're constantly trying to evade them. And at one point, they get cornered by one of them, and they're just trying to keep them away, and they shove the hand at it, and it unlocks that cop, and so it joins the party.
Like that.
Yeah, and then that becomes their sixth ranger to help them in the rest of the show.
Now this is a rookie cop, because the first group of cops they sent to that apartment place with the code breaker, and all the people in the apartment are still in there.
Mm-hmm.
They think that these new robots are part of his stuff, so they just disassemble. And so there's like this apartment fight between Megacorp cop robots, Meg cops. I don't like that. Megacorp cop robots. Robot? Cops and Robert. I'm getting somewhere. All right. So then, last minute, one of the cops catches the QR code. He joins the little circus now.
And then somehow they need to get it to the journalist because the journalist is the.
This cop obviously has all the information from Megacorp. Yeah. He can just interact. And he's like, the person with the most followers is this.
Yeah.
And it's Delphi?
Yeah.
Right,
Sister Oracle. So give it to Sister Oracle. And Sister Oracle has some sort of past trauma involving robots. And so she goes, I knew it. Thanks for coming forward with this. Hey, everybody. And she does her thing. And she goes, turns out these robots are super killing us.
Yeah.
So, it's probably best to deactivate them and she initiates kind of somehow a robo-purge.
Yeah.
And then book 4 is mostly like...
Yeah, that's the end of book 3.
Yeah, the end of book 3 is her... They think she's going to broadcast a helpful message. They didn't do their background research. And turns out she's like, hey, y'all shouldn't be using these robots. Let's dismantle them and get a new batch and make Megacorp do the right thing.
Yeah.
And the robots are like, no, wait. Cut to black.
Yep.
Figuratively speaking.
Book 4 is just sheer chaos of all humans just bashing all robots, even their appliances, like anything that is electronic at all.
It's them fighting through the city, and as they watch, they realize that we had written out, and this is, I think we'll get into this in the next episode. We're running a little short on time, I think, to develop the book. But the idea for book 4, just brief, is that robots have to deal with the purge because they can't fight back due to their programming. So the robot heroes, including the new Centaur cop, break into Megacorp's broadcast company to upload an anti-compliance law so the robots can fight back. And then the robots decide to leave the city after they see oh, this is bad.
So they have to go somewhere to upload that?
Yeah, they have to go to a broadcast antenna or something.
Now on the way over there, they're probably just they're helping some robots, right?
Yeah. Yes,
they're killing.
They are able to because they've been brought out of their program by QR code.
Cool. They're trying to not kill, though.
They're trying to not kill, but they're helping robots.
And they're just breaking legs, breaking arms.
Or I imagine it's stand still and they drape a canvas over a robot. It's you are now a trash can. Please do not move.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And it's human, I will not kill you, but I will stop you. And it's just both legs broken. Yeah. Stop attacking robots.
The cop is just kicking people in the chest.
Yeah. Shooting all humans' legs and kneecaps.
They have guns.
The cops.
Sure. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Oh, yikes. Yeah, and it's a comic book, so you can do some pretty fun, just kind of action stuff that you can't.
All non-lethal.
Yes.
Humans will kill, but they will really hurt.
Batman style non-lethal.
Not
permanently injured.
Not early Zack Snyder Batman. Or late Zack Snyder Batman.
Or any Zack Snyder Batman.
Well, I guess I got the Justice League Batman. He doesn't kill people. BBS he does. He's upset.
Yeah.
He's old and
mean.
He's pissed. He's a mean old crouch.
Mean old grouchy Batman.
Yeah. It's like Gran Torino if he had a lot of money.
Batman Torino.
Get off my lawn, Joker. Batman Torino.
I'll see you in hell, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. All right, so next week we're going to work on the rest of book 4 and book 5, and then try to kind of figure out maybe just some basic designs of what these robots are going to look like, I guess, and try to figure it out. But please let us know what you think about this idea. If you think this is cool, throw it in the comments. If you want to see more robot stuff, or if you don't, I'm not really sure we're going to work on next maybe briefcase.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you want to talk about?
Nice to be back here.
Yeah.
Nice to be doing this in person again.
Yeah. And sorry about all you at the beginning. We'll get all that figured out. Who knows? Not used to be in person. Definitely remote for a while. But now, hopefully, we're back. We're doing all the things. And keep going. So, special thanks to friend and family of the show, Scott Curtis, other friends on the East Coast, Sarah Chakachik, and Tony Sheck. Who cares? Actually, honestly, who cares? We love you. If you're watching this, you're listening to this, thank you.
Yes.
Nobody else. Maybe Cyber's. What we got 2 minutes. What do you want to say?
Shit's hard.
Oh.
No, oh, come on.
Like,
Life. What? Life right now is really difficult.
Yeah.
You got to savor these little moments where you can get together with people.
seriously.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. It's corny.
No,
I don't care anymore.
Life's hard, dude. I mean, you gotta hang out with your friends and family. You gotta make yourself smile sometimes.
I watched a rifle a few days ago.
Oh, yeah, Good Afternoon.
Baby. I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. You know, if you could see your entire life laid out, start to finish, would you do anything different? Say how I feel more.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Well, yeah, that's
life
it.
is short in 2020 and 2021, and who knows what's coming up.
That's true, man.
You just gotta work through it.
Text your family, text your friends. Tell them you love them. Yeah, drink a lot of water.
They're bad people. You don't have to reach out to them.
Well, yeah.
Just a corollary. I'm just offering that.
I don't really know where Dylan's going.
I don't
so,
know. It's been a long time.
Talk to people you want to talk to. Say things you want to say. Drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is nice to be in person with Dylan. So I'm glad you're here, my friend. But until next time, guys. He's been Dylan. I've been Zach, and you've been great. Have a great day. Bye.
Later.
Thank you.